tiger mums came from like somewhere. That term is you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Tiger mums,
Yeah. It comes from savaging the husbands.
Yeah. And that's where you really find the trauma. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Hello and welcome back to What's Your Damage with Jez Watts. I am Jez Watts. This episode is number 4. Fortune favors the sad. Why have I painted myself into a corner where every episode I have to do a thing with the number? I don't know, but it's happened. It's happening. It's going to continue to happen until I can't think of a thing to do with one of the numbers. There's a good one for the next one, episode 5. I didn't write, my friend Adrian Karlberg wrote it, but it's very funny. And I think it's a good phrase. I don't know if that's a good one or not. My guest this week and I, we do talk about depression, hence why the sadness. I did remember before I edited this episode, that we had talked like a lot about him being institutionalized a couple of times against his will while overseas, like in Canada. And then in the edit, I was like, oh, it's actually, we didn't get into this until quite a ways into the episode. And there's a bunch of follow-up questions that I was listening in the edit being like, why am I asking this or that? And in fact, this was one of the earliest interviews. And I do think that having just recorded an episode today with the very funny Catherine Henson that will be out soon, I do think every time I edit one of these, it makes me a better interviewer, I hope. Anyway, we do cover a bunch of different topics like darkness in comedy, bombing corporates, and national service, and having autistic family members. And we do talk about being institutionalized twice in a foreign country, which is, I think, very interesting. And also how Collin has been, getting healthy mentally and physically. I will say this, he brings up studying AI and starting to work in AI. And for some reason, I did not just spontaneously start attacking him during the interview. But obviously, I hate AI. He also brings up Bill Burr, and I mentioned nothing about Riyadh. And I think maybe we recorded this before Bill Burr went to Riyadh, because obviously we all think a bit differently about Bill Burr now. Anyway, if you want to follow Collin Christopher on Instagram, you can find him at CollinChris. And he put out a comedy special 2 years ago on YouTube called It's Hard to Be a Woman. Please do check that out. Also, my comedy special is on my YouTube. It is called White Rice Supreme, and I would love it if you would go and give it some clicks. Go and just start it up, play it through. You don't have to watch it. I love if you watch it, but you don't have to watch it. You could just put it on mute and let it play through. That also really, really helps me a lot. I have shows on sale in Perth, Melbourne, Auckland, Wellington, and Dunedin in New Zealand right now. More shows are going to be on sale in other places, Darwin, Southeast Asia, the UK. Go to my website, jezwatts.com, JEZWATTS, for links to tickets. All right, that's all I'm going to do for the intro. I love you. Please enjoy episode 4. Yeah. If you write a better joke, you can get away with a more offensive topic.
Yeah. Speaking of Indian rape, right?
Yeah, okay.
Doug Stanhope came to Singapore once.
Dude, he's so good.
Yeah, he had one of the best, like this is like a 200-seater.
Oh, his Indian rape joke is amazing.
It's so good.
I did mine well before him, so really he's ripping my material.
He developed it. You gave up.
No, he didn't let me open for him when I emailed him.
It's so weird the opener they got for him here as well wasn't as like, I thought he would get like a dirtier comic reputation.
He likes to get, I mean, in general, he's very sort of aware of the biases in comedy. So he likes to boost women. He likes to boost minorities and people who might have been getting a hard go of it. Who did he have open here?
I think Jocelyn. I
think
that was her.
Oh, Jocelyn, I think is a good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a really good comic.
Yeah. This was also before her whole like airplane thing. So
before she was cancelled here.
Yeah.
For nothing.
Technically, she isn't cancelled here as much as Malaysia. I think she is basically.
But I think, I'm not sure if it was you or one of the other comics here was saying that like the scene sort of did split a little bit over. This is Jocelyn. What's her last name?
Chia.
Yeah, I wanted you to pronounce it, not me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I heard from someone here that the scene had sort of split a little bit around whether she should or should not have been cancelled, or whether it was okay. Yeah. But really the lines were just the people who already liked her or did not. Is that accurate?
That's kind of true. But I mean, I think she shouldn't have been cancelled, but I don't really like her that much.
Well, that's good. That's you have
Like, I'm okay with her.
I mean, I don't really know her that well personally. I gigged with her 2019, which was the last time I came to Singapore. Like, I did a Masala on like the way back from Edinburgh, and she was, I think, the headliner on that show, and I did like a support slot. And I thought she was super funny. But this was, well, before she like blew up and became way bigger, I think she was already based in the States, maybe, and she was coming up for a visit.
Yeah.
But then I sort of was just a fan of her set, so I followed her.
Technically, she's always been based in the States. She's like American.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her parents are Singaporean, but she was born in the States.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought she must have, emigrated there and had to apply for citizenship. But
no, I don't think so.
Oh, that's cool.
Because during the whole like news debate where Singaporeans, the Malaysians were angry at Singaporeans, were like,
"Oh, she's not one of us." I mean, I feel like there seems to be maybe not. Is there tension between Malaysia and Singapore in general?
I think it's like friendly sibling rivalry.
Yeah. Just like the neighboring country
But
thing.
once in a while, Malaysia gets really mad. Like they canceled the comedy club over there, the Crack House Comedy Club.
Yes, absolutely. I met the guy who used to
Rizal?
run it. Yeah. He's super funny.
Lovely guy. But yeah, I think if you're not looking at extremists in any place, right? Like the most of the people are fine with like ribbing each other.
Sure.
Yeah. Like Malaysians will make fun of Singaporeans' food. Singaporeans will make fun of the entire country of Malaysia.
Sure. And my future mother-in-law, she's 65, so she's lived here before there was a Singapore.
Yeah.
And so she was 5 years old when like Malaysia kicked out Singapore, and like she was telling me the history with a lot of like aggression.
Yeah.
I feel like people who've been around for the whole like life of this country like do carry a chip on their shoulder.
It's like ex-girlfriend shit,
Exactly.
They're like,
yeah.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, she told me like in a really bragging way how like Singapore is like relying on Malaysia for water, but now we buy their water for 5 cents, we sell it back for 50. And she was like, those guys are screwed. And no, it's quite an interesting dynamic, I think.
Yeah, that is quite true, I think. But also I think maybe not gloating about it. Like they kind of fucked themselves over with corruption. If they could sort that out instead of getting angry at jokes, they would spend their time efficiently. Yeah?
That's true. I don't think corruption is normally like people sit around going, "Oh, we should be corrupt." I think. Yeah, I mean, it was something I lived in Malaysia for like 3 months. I used to be in the Australian Army, and there's something called Rifle Company Butterworth, where it's like we always have like a regiment over there, doing like training or whatever. But yeah, it was a thing in the orientation where they were like, listen, if the police stop you, pay them money, and then you will go. And that's our government telling us, hey, this is how it works here. Which is, I don't think the system in Singapore.
You can't do that.
No, I think it would be a problem, actually.
You get in more trouble.
Yeah, they arrested the mother of my future mother-in-law at the supermarket like a few weeks ago. She genuinely forgot. She's like old and her mind's going a bit, but like she like had most things in her trolley, and then she had a couple of things that she forgot to pay for. And then the police followed them. They arrested her. She disappeared for like a day and a half. And the family was like, "Hey, grandmama never came home," and like they were literally looking the streets for her for like the whole night. And then it was the next morning or the next afternoon or something. They finally released her because they took her phone away. No calls.
Yeah. You get in lockup for
this is like a 90-year-old nice like old Chinese woman just confused, and the police are like, "No, you're fucked, man." Like,
you need to fill in a day of forms. Like, you can't let you go.
It's a scary place.
Yeah, but I'm assuming they let her go after.
I mean, they let her go eventually.
And
it's fine. But now my fiance's talking about firebombing the police station. So I don't think that'll go well. So you've performed in Toronto, Singapore, anywhere else? Did you have you done like proper touring and stuff?
Not like proper touring, but like. In the beginning, Singapore and Malaysia is so nearby. So the comedy club we did Malaysia, I did a competition. Actually, this is what I wanted to mention. When you mentioned that competition just now.
Oh, yeah.
I did one in Vietnam.
Oh, yeah.
I met this really funny guy. He's a Vietnamese comic, Uli. I think he's doing really well. I probably mispronounced that as well. But like, because we all had local competitions, and then they flew us out to Vietnam for like the international Magnus festival.
Yeah, that's really fun.
So the competition, I don't even think anybody knew it was happening. It was like the second floor of a hotel and like a conference room, and it was like half filled. It was like a 150-seater. There were like 20 people in the room.
Okay.
And then one of the host had to like, because one of the judges was late.
Okay.
The host had to like
just like vamp
do
full
like
time.
An hour. Like he did like 40 minutes, like an hour.
What?
Yeah. And then the guy who opened early after that, everybody's like, dude, it's been a fucking hour, then the competition start, right? And then he opens with a rape joke. I'm just like, do you want to win this competition?
Oh my God. Yeah, but that's the thing. I also wanted to win my competition. Yeah, I think you just don't get it. Yeah. But that's brutal. An hour shows and then the show starts. So how long did the whole thing take?
I think maybe like 2 hours.
Wow.
It was a while.
Yeah, I feel like there's some advice I got early on from like a more experienced guy. I mean, it was specifically about like emceeing and hosting and stuff, but the advice or the statement was like, no one's ever left a comedy show going like, that wasn't long enough.
Yeah.
Actually, a short show is way better. Yeah. And it actually doesn't matter how short.
Yeah.
You can do a 20-minute show and people will be like, oh, that's great. Like super punchy and stuff. Like just the longer it goes, the worse it gets.
I hate the okay, I strongly dislike. Let me I don't want to say
you can hate. You can hate on things.
Okay, I'll hate.
Yeah.
But now there's sort of like factions of comedy, you know what I mean? Like
in Singapore in general.
In Singapore and in general. You know, like the outright and then the liberal the woke scene. The like super outright, like say whatever you want scene.
Yeah.
Whenever they go too extreme, I just find them not funny. I'm just like, find a good middle.
I mean, I think Mark Maron's been talking about this recently, like in some like really viral clips and stuff. But yeah, the people who are like say whatever you want and I'm like free speech and all that kind of stuff, they never have anything genuinely interesting to say.
Yeah.
And nor is it risky because like what they really want is to just say like banned words to an audience that wants it.
They just want ooh.
It's the safest fucking approach you could have.
Yeah.
I actually I hate them.
It's so bad. I didn't want their shows, and then because they're
is there one of those shows like here?
Like is it?
You don't want to name drop
it almost. Like,
let's say that hypothetically they could be.
Well, I mean, I don't think they'll ever listen to this, but they'll know who they are if they're listening.
Okay,
to
right.
But it's like there is one out like really far right scene who says like fucked up shit. There's one guy who opens like with he's wearing like an Israel flag and he yells out like "What's up, Israel's bitches" as his opening, and I'm like,
sounds hilarious.
This is a lot.
Sounds like a really well considered joke.
Yeah. But I had to close for one of their shows, like an open mic the other time.
Mm-hmm.
And right before me, because the guy is like, oh, anything's allowed, do whatever the fuck you want, right? He doesn't keep time. So everybody who gets 10 minutes, like I was like, nobody's keeping time. The first half is just whatever. And then right before me, I'm closing the last bit of the show. These two guys before me do 20 minutes each. I'm just like, oh my God, go to hell. Like, it's so fucking bad.
I mean, that's like and were they killing or were they doing?
That's one of the Israel people. And like he just yelled and then it just kept getting worse and people were like, why are you still talking?
Yeah.
Kind of vibe.
I mean, honestly, even if that's I think something that generally you get a feel for that as you go on. And it's when you have to close shows that have run too long that you really learn the lesson. But you go like, oh, actually, even if your set's going well, you running over hurts everybody after you.
Yeah.
Because the audience only has so much attention.
Yeah. Like, you can see them yawn at some point. Even if they're having a good time, they're just like, I've used too much energy. Yeah.
What's the worst gig you've ever done?
Oh my God. I feel like the worst gigs I haven't done, it's almost like you can't count them as gigs because they're almost like corporates, right? You know?
Oh, yeah. Do you do a lot of corporates?
No.
Okay.
Like
so you've heard.
So I've had two corporates that stand out of such a big depth of like whenever I get a corporate, it's almost like, why did this guy message me? I'm genuinely wondering.
Do you like? Because I have attended. I've done like a fair few or whatever. I'm doing more now, but I've also like mellowed as a comedian.
Yeah.
So I'm better able to do the job. But for a lot of years, like when I was first sort of like listed for these things, like I would really try to give a correct approximation of the kind of comedy I did and what I had.
Yeah.
And then often I would try to really be like, okay, what exactly do you need?
Yeah.
And then if it felt like I was going to be too much for them, I would just recommend a different comic.
Yeah.
Would you do that or you were just like, I want money?
Nowadays, yes. And then at a certain point I did when you don't get paid over here, right?
Yeah,
so you're like, I do want the money.
Yeah, like none of the gigs here are paid.
Yeah, it's very rare.
Yeah.
I'll go like, okay, what do you guys like? No swearing, fine. I can honestly it's just changing a word.
Absolutely,
right? That's
it'll change the rhythm, but like I think you can still do jokes.
And then when I had more material, and then they went like, okay, no sex or no whatever, I can be like, okay, let me just cut that out.
Sure,
I'll just give you racism or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Which is always acceptable.
Here. It really is.
Yeah. Especially in a corporate. Whenever they say clean, they mean racist. That's not it.
I have genuinely had people try to book me for that kind of thing in Australia for like corporate things, and I don't have enough racist material.
Oh, I've got hours.
You got that vibe. All people who look like you do. And okay, so you did these couple of corporates, and then these were the worst 2 gigs you've had?
So one was really long. One was like last month.
Okay.
Well, the one last month, again, when people message me on Instagram, I'm just like, are you not seeing anything that's on my profile?
Yeah, they have to avoid things on their front side. So wait, what did they ask for? They said, hey, we need a clean comic? Or they just said, hey, we want a comedian?
They wanted a comedian. And it's SAFRA in Singapore, which is like SAF is the Singapore Armed Forces.
Yep.
And SAFRA is kind of like their, benefits. Like they have country clubs and swimming pools and stuff.
Like a veterans association kind of thing?
Kind of, but like anybody can go in.
Yeah. Well, everyone here does NS,
their
right?
families, yeah.
Yeah.
And especially because anybody's family is just like, come swim, whatever.
Right, okay.
So they approached me, and I was like, I always usually message like Jackie first, because I'm like, if somebody's approaching me for a gig, most likely they've approached them already.
Right.
They're the more popular or cleaner comic.
Yeah. But like Jackie's been in longer than you as well, right?
No.
Oh, no, you guys started at the same time.
No, he's a bit
But he's more
younger.
Successful.
He's like, he's a lot more affable. He burned a lot less bridges than I did.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah,
that helps a lot.
And he's just I think bubbly on stage.
Okay.
He's just a likable person.
Right.
I had to learn likability like the past 2 years.
Right. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm surprised that they didn't message Jackie.
Yep.
And I'm like, why the fuck did they message me first? Of all the comments, this never happens. And they wanted to organize like, hey, we're gonna do half an hour at this like food fair event for kids that SAFRA's doing, whatever the fuck.
So there's gonna be kids there?
There were kids there.
I hate those, man.
So it was just like no
those.
swearing. Yeah.
Yep.
So I invited Jackie and another guy to split the time with me.
Smart.
Because I'm like, if I do, I can't eat shit for 30 minutes. I can eat shit for 10 minutes.
Well, that's the other thing is like when you're limiting your material for the audience, it's like that. Like that's what I was telling people a while ago. Is like, listen, if you need me to be clean, I can be clean for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But if you like, I have 70 or 80 that I'm like, I like at the moment, but it's like clean 15.
Yeah.
And then the longest I've done now is I did a 30 clean like about a month-ish ago, but I had to like really work up to it. Like I spent the weeks leading up to the gig, like going to open mics and being like, all right, I would explain to the crowd, this is the company who I'm working for, and we're going to role play that we're at the event, and you're this guy, and you're this guy, and I got like names of people who work at the company. I'm like, you're this guy, the general manager, blah, blah, and then I would do the gig as if I was at the corporate and like be doing like crowd work for them. And I wrote a bunch of jokes about the company to eat up some of the time.
Yeah, nice.
And then a good friend of mine who's a really funny comic who is also like me, very dirty.
Yeah.
But she's like a middle-aged woman and stuff, and so it's like she has a different perspective, but she's just pretty filthy.
Yeah.
And so I asked her, she's done a lot of corporates. And I was like, man, how do you be clean for a long length of time? And she said, do 10 minutes about how you can't be clean. Do that at the top. And I was like, oh, that eats up 10. And and it's like, that's a fun thing for them.
Yeah.
So I prepped like this 30 minutes. It was basically, I had 15 at clean and then like 10 at, 7 or 8 about the company and then like 7 or 8 about how it's hard to do clean.
Yeah.
And so I get to the gig and I'm hosting an awards night and I have to do the 30 later. I'm hosting, it's all going great. It's a construction company, which doesn't make sense to me. I would have to be clean because they're like the filthiest people in the world.
Yeah.
And then I start doing my 30. I'm doing the opening thing about how I can't be clean and it's so hard.
Yeah.
And the owner of the company heckles to say, why are you trying to do clean? We don't need to be clean. And I'm like, the person who booked me, who was over there, like, he said I have to be clean. And he went, no, you don't. Be dirty. And I was just like, oh my God, I spent 6 weeks prepping for this. So in the end, I just like, all right, great. Here's all the stuff I like. And they were like, yeah, sick. And the only things that didn't land were the clean things I wrote.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense. But
the clean gigs as well, like the moment they told us the SAFRA things, they're going to be kids.
Yeah.
You can't say this. My mindset kind of switched to be like, okay, I don't need to be funny. I just need to be clean.
You need, that was my goal in writing that 30. I said, the point is not to do the things I'm most enjoy.
Yeah.
The point is to successfully stand on stage speaking for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And be paid the money I'm promised.
Yeah. Because the risk of it is like, if you swear one time, that gig is fucked, right?
Yeah.
But if you nobody laughs the whole time, that's not what you were promised. You still have to pay me. I was still there.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's the other great piece of advice for corporates I got was you always get paid before you go on. Because they usually go bad.
Yeah.
And it's happened to friends of mine and stuff that like the
But
gig has gone
so
bad and then they don't get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I always put that in my terms, and when they book it in, I'm like, yep, deposit now, and then I need to be paid the remainder before the gig starts. But yeah, mostly they've gone well. I think if you tailor it enough, it can.
Yeah.
So what happened at this gig then?
Oh, it was just nobody was paying attention. So
that's brutal.
Yeah, it's just tiny children, old people, nobody in a demographic.
Yeah. No one was like aware there was going to be a comedian. Did you get introduced?
I think they were. Like they told us there were people who reserved, and then none of the people who reserved showed up. I think that was the
yeah, all right.
And we got introduced in a very strange way. Like there is just not a comedy MC, just an MC.
Yeah.
So she'll introduce us and ask us questions beforehand. And the thing is like, okay, we'll just answer whatever. And we were almost like, okay, please ask us more questions because this eats into our 10 minutes.
This is all counts.
Yeah. And then every joke I tell is just zero response, and I'm sweating more and more.
Oh yeah,
and I just hear fucking the comics, like two guys dying laughing at the corner. Yeah, it's like an open air.
The punchline, silence, mean comic laugh is fun.
Oh, it's so good.
But not while you're getting it. You're like, oh my god.
But the moment I get off, I'm like, I'm ready to get you. Like,
now it's payback.
Like when you want to pick two people you want to pick your friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that you can trauma bond together over this death, right?
The shared experience.
Yeah. I don't know if Jackie will tell you this tomorrow, but like during his set, he was talking because he closed. I opened the thing.
Right.
I just want to get it over with because I'm also the darkest on the lineup.
Wait, so they booked you. You gave yourself the worst spot, which also makes the least sense because you're the darkest.
Yes.
Why? Well, do you just not believe in yourself?
A friend of mine told me as well, like, hey, if you booked it, you should open because that's
That's insane. I have no clue. You should close.
Yeah. But the thing is, I want to give Jackie the closing spot because for a clean set, he has the nicest he has the best chance to anchor it well.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the main thing they're going to remember is the end.
Yeah.
I guess that's. Yeah, I just feel like, man, you always want to put the darkest person in last.
I want to go middle, maybe just to sneak in.
Okay.
But the other guy, I was like, fine, do whatever you want. You can have the middle spot.
That's very generous.
And also that guy, he swore at the end of his set, but nobody was paying attention. so nobody gave a shit.
That's great. Yeah. I think because you were at the like her Huang show the other day. And she ran a joke by me. Like we sort of workshopped this joke beforehand about how the accommodation that she was staying in when she was in North Korea was better than the hotel that the promoter who brought her to Singapore put her in.
Yeah, I heard that.
And we were running it before, like we sort of workshopped it beforehand. She went, should I do it? I was like, you absolutely should do it. It's gonna be great. She went, what if the promoter here? But then, when she did it, the promoter had turned away to talk to someone. And so she got to do it with no consequence. As long as no one's paying attention, you can say whatever you want. Also, I crushed with the crowd.
Oh yeah, that was so good. Yeah.
Do you speak other languages? What do you speak?
I do very basic Spanish.
Okay. Me gusta drogas.
Un poco.
I said that I like drugs. And you're a little?
También.
También. Yeah, you got it. Okay, a little Spanish.
Because I was after the army, I went backpacking in South America for 6 months.
Oh, cool. Yeah. All right, let's talk about that in a second. What did you do in the army? What was your role?
I was a clerk.
That's you. Yeah. Anyone with glasses, they just put on that.
Well, the thing is, it's such a weird journey. But I'm technically when I got my health check for the army,
right?
I was the peak. Like PES A is the highest like fitness health you can get.
But then they put you behind a desk.
No. I went for like the training for like. There's commandos and there's guards, right? Because I dropped out of school. Guards is like the stupid version of commandos where you drop out, you go there.
Okay.
So commandos, they get to like parachute off helicopters. That's the thing they do. And the guards repel. That's one the difference.
Yeah, you guys can't be trusted to open a chute.
Yeah, they don't know how to read basic instructions.
Okay.
But it was like really intense, and then I dropped out at a certain point, and then became a clerk
of the training.
Yeah. Also because I really didn't enjoy staying. Like I already was started doing comedy for a little bit.
Right.
So like 2 years without like being able to go out and do comedy seemed like really annoying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, how does because I was trying to work this out because my soon-to-be brother-in-law
Yeah.
is he's about to like go back for like reservice or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But he's a MP, like a military police.
Oh yeah.
Which having been in the Australian Army, which is like just volunteer,
Yeah.
the people who are MPs fucking suck, and everyone hates them.
Yeah.
And the kind of people who want to be MPs, fucking, I hate those people.
Yeah.
From what I understand here, you sort of don't choose where you go in, like because everyone has to do the national service, and then they just slot you into something. Yeah, and you don't have much say in it, or do you have a preference system? No say
unless you get like medical conditions to like ease you into certain positions.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And how did you get out of being a commando/guard?
Oh, mine was like depression, I think.
Oh, you're like, I'm sad from having to work out.
Yeah. A bunch of that. Because there was some people who actually like, I'm going to drop a railing on my foot or something. I'm like,
yeah, okay.
That seems a lot more permanent than being sad. You know?
Okay, but now you're in an industry that reinforces sadness, I think.
Yeah.
So that's pretty permanent now.
Yeah.
Now that you become a comedian.
Nobody knew the difference. I was making comedy.
Yeah, you just told them, like, hey, I do comedy. They're like, all right, let's protect this man from himself. We can't give him a rifle. Okay, cool. Yeah, interesting. All right, so then you went backpacking in South America?
Yeah, after the army.
Yeah, where'd you go?
I started in Ecuador.
Cool.
Then I went to Peru, Bolivia, Argentina, and Uruguay.
What did your parents think about that? You said you dropped out of school too?
Yeah, I dropped out of Polytechnic over here and then went into the army.
Okay.
And then after that, went backpacking.
Are you a huge disappointment?
Yeah. I set the bar so low, like way in the beginning.
You have a sister, right?
I have a sister.
Is she successful?
More than me.
Well, it's pretty easy.
Like, it's not that difficult, but also like I don't know. It's such a weird Asian parent. Maybe it's not even an Asian parent relationship. Maybe it's just my family.
Yeah.
But my sister and mom don't get along at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, what does your sister do? Like for?
Right now she's, I think, freelancing, but she studied Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
So she has like a degree in the language. So she used to like translate for like a lot of food companies and stuff like that. It was pretty high paying.
And you're like a burnout comedian.
Yeah, our trajectories kind of took the opposite way. Because my sister, this is what I think happened to her. She used all the hatred for our mother and like fueled it to like work to get her own place. You know?
Right.
So like a couple years ago, she got her own place.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I don't want to work anymore. So because she was far enough away from her mom. Like, and that was the point where she kind of
lost her motivation.
Yeah, so that was the point where she kind of like understood me. Because we didn't get along for a long time. And then after a while, she was just like, oh yeah, you are kind of right. Work sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. Interesting. So what about your dad?
He's been working for like Shell, like in an oil refinery for like almost his whole life.
Wow. Is he like away all the time then?
Oh no. Just every day he has to drive and take a boat and then come back.
Yeah, okay. Kind of do you get along well?
All
right.
It's okay. I do think he's just
like, is he emotionally closed off in a way that I don't mean to be stereotypically assuming, but
yeah. I think it's that generation is like, you're gonna get like 90% right. But also he's like a gambler, and then now like with how more addictive things are, like phones and shit, he's just on TikTok all day. Like,
oh yeah, TikTok's brutal, man.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I had to like turn off just like mobile phone data for it so that I'm only able to use it on Wi-Fi because without restrictions, like I'm a gamer and I'm a former drug addict and a former alcoholic and stuff. I mean, I still love drugs and alcohol. I just don't do them as much. But
it's the addiction.
Yeah, I just had that brain where it's so cleverly designed.
Yeah. I think especially
I feel like his generation too. It's like they've got no immunity to technological brain control, you know?
Because like in the past couple years, like talking about trauma especially, right?
Yeah.
Like I've like really been unpacking a lot of trauma in my.
You doing
myself.
therapy?
No, I do journaling. But
okay,
like,
journaling's helpful.
Yeah, I do a lot of like habits to like assess myself.
Right.
Now, because therapy is expensive.
Oh, you don't get any kind of government assistance here for it? Because like in Victoria, there's like a government mental health plan, so you get basically like 10, 12 sessions a year free kind of thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't I don't think so. There is like a...
Do Singaporeans acknowledge mental health as a thing?
I think more nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, and especially like I have a nephew that's like... No, a nephew and niece that are like autistic.
Yeah.
So recently they have to like acknowledge that autism is a thing.
Yeah, it's been interesting. I don't like talk about it loads on stage, but I have like a few jokes about it.
Yeah.
Like that I put in my special and stuff. But like it's pretty in passing. But in Melbourne, it's like every second comedian's like, "Oh, I have autism." I have 10 minutes on it.
Yeah.
And it's like I think that's lazy. And it's like I got a 40-second joke and that's that. But here I just have a passing reference, and I noted the audience like not necessarily feeling uncomfortable, but feeling slightly confused that a person who, not that I'm like fully normal, but presents, I think, mostly normal.
Yeah.
I could just feel them going like, oh, I think maybe they have like an older perception of autism as like have to be confined to care.
Yeah, like the extreme end of the spectrum rather than the light.
Yeah, which I think that's just sort of come with a greater familiarity with it. That, oh no, some people are just like a bit weird or like a little bit off-putting sometimes or whatever. Yeah. Your relations that have they been like really debilitated by it, or are they more functional?
The nephew is quite like functional. Like when I found out, I actually have a bit about it, but like I found out because one of the New Year's he just came up to me and went like, "I'm autistic." And I was like, I didn't know. I thought you were just a kid, man.
Yeah, okay.
I thought you just had poor social skills because you're 10 years old.
Oh, that's funny. I like that.
He seems really normal to me.
Has he been like formally diagnosed or?
Yeah, I think so. But every time he says that, I'm just like, you still seem like a regular kid. You know, like, I'm fine with it. My niece is too young to tell because she's like 3, but she still doesn't speak much. Yeah. So that's like a further along kind of thing.
Yeah, we have a friend who he has 2 kids, and the friend we have like he's a programmer, and he's clearly very autistic, but he has no idea.
Yeah.
And then one of his kids was like slow developing with all that kind of stuff. But it's like a thing of not only does he sort of not understand it, and we don't want to like tell him his kid is autistic or tell him that he's autistic.
Yeah.
But also, it's not necessarily negative, you know. Like there's things in life you'll be better at. There's things will be worse. It's just different.
Yeah, I think it's almost a characteristic.
Yeah. It's not a disability. I think this is how it used to be looked at.
Yeah,
and that's. I mean,
because even this like I saw a podcast. There's this like professional speaker. He teaches people how to enunciate or something.
Oh yeah.
But like Vinh Jin or whatever some Vietnamese Australian guy.
Right.
But he's talking about his kid got like diagnosed with autism,
right?
But because he's like a professional like who teaches people how to speak to each other, his son slowly got like more and more exposed to like big crowds.
Yeah, sure.
And then eventually got like comfortable enough to like stand on a stage. So I do think some of this is also like it's like I'm not a good swimmer, let me learn how to swim,
right?
A little bit like that kind of thing.
So you still live with your parents?
Yeah.
You did make a bunch of money and get a place.
No.
Do you have like a job? Like, what do you do for money?
Nothing. But now,
nice.
now I'm because in the past 2 years, like okay, so what?
It feels like people here live with their parents for a much longer period of time than I'm used to. Right? I moved out when I was like 17.
Yeah, housing is a lot more expensive.
Yeah, and there's like limited space.
Yeah, so even if I were to get a place, I would have to wait till I'm 35 because I'm not married.
Right.
And then I can like.
Oh yeah, but if you get married young, you can get it whenever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's all about making that next generation and procreating and breeding and just being a good Singaporean man.
I've seen some people married straight out like secondary school. That's sad, man. Like,
is that? Yeah, I mean, I've seen that too. But are they trying to just get out of the house? Are they accelerating the relationship?
It seems like a bunch of things, right? You know, I don't think they're like. Oh, I can't say that I assessed my decisions when I was like that age either. But we definitely were not assessing like.
Do you have any plans for kids or anything? Like, what's your life plans?
I've been doing.
Do your parents want grandkids? Does your mum want grandkids?
I think they've given up looking at the state of their kids.
Okay. They're like, actually, we messed up.
Yeah, we have nephew.
We should let this end with them.
Yeah. They're really attached to my nephew and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been learning how to do AI.
Okay.
So in the past 9 months, I got like a private diploma because of like the Singapore's like Skills Future stuff.
Okay. I don't know what that is at all.
It's like a program where they give you a bunch of money to like credits.
Okay.
Where you can use to get like skills.
Like upskill.
Yeah, but the skills suck.
Because what are the skills?
No, well, I got a private diploma in like data science and
okay.
But the thing is, like, the course is so shit.
Right.
I mean, okay, I shouldn't say that I have the diploma, right? But it's so basic skills.
Yep.
That once you get out as well, they told me like, oh, nobody's hiring.
Nobody's hiring you based on that.
Yeah, based on this, and I'm like, no shit, because of all the old people that I was with. I'm like, these guys don't even know how to open an email, and they're like passing this. Like, how is this happening?
Okay.
So I was like learning my own stuff on the side. It's just because I didn't have a diploma that I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna sit through this,
right?
Get the diploma so that I can like do other stuff on top of that.
What other stuff do you want to do?
Well, now I'm learning how to code AI.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I want to get into that because it's one of those that, like, a couple of years ago, maybe last year, I came to terms with the fact that, like, I love doing comedy, and I don't think I'll ever stop.
Yep.
But I don't think it's the way I make money in this life.
That seems like a wise position I refuse to come to.
Yeah. It was a hard decision to make.
Because honestly, it's like, it is something where in Australia it's really, I consider it to be very tough, and we all consider it to be very tough to make a living from comedy in Australia. In Singapore, it seems much more difficult.
Tougher,
because it's like, I'll do, terribly paid gigs throughout the year, and then I'll do some corporates, and I'll get some money from festivals and whatever. Like, most of my friends in Australia who are sort of quote unquote full-time comedians, they're getting money from like being in advertisements and stuff and commercials, and that's actually what's putting them over the edge.
Other creative
work. TV work is really what pushes them, and then it's very few people who are able to live off just being a touring comedian or outside of, like, if they do cruise ships or whatever, which I just don't want to do.
It's the dying and then being on a boat with these people.
I mean, just the kind of people who go on cruises as well. I say this as someone who probably 2 years from now will be on a cruise ship being like, no, it's great. It's just I need to get paid. Here, like the sort of we'll call them the little gigs or whatever, but the regular gigs. None of the regular lineups getting paid. Are the headliners getting paid? Are they getting something?
Getting paid.
What are they getting?
300.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's something.
250.
And then how often can you do those kinds of gigs?
That's the issue, right? Like, you can't do it that often. Like, I've headlined maybe in September. I'll do my third headline this year, so it's not like a lot.
Yeah, okay.
But also, to be fair, I'm not like wildly in demand or anything like that. Like, I'm okay.
I mean, all right.
Yeah.
Is there a Southeast Asian tour?
You could, but it's rarely like. It's not gonna pay. A lot of time. Like, Jackie got booked to do Bangkok, I think, last week. And then he told the guys, like, if you guys buy my tickets, like, I'll be there for the show, right? Like, I'll be whatever.
Yeah, just no other money.
Yeah, and then technically he was gonna get like whatever, right? But the day before his flight, they told him like, hey, nobody bought anything. Like, so.
Oh.
Yeah. And then he was just
Jackie's got a bit of a following too, right?
Jackie's got a following, but I don't think it's bleeds international.
Yeah, interesting.
And the Southeast Asia scenes, like, if Singapore's immature, like, I mean, not a mature scene, not saying immature.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But the rest of the scene is so much less mature.
Right.
Bali might have certain ones because they have like expats doing it. So
it is definitely. I mean, I did some gigs in like Shanghai in like 2019, and it is a different. It's a different experience performing to expats, and I sort of think it's a little bit worse than performing to locals, because expats sort of, maybe it's like, I haven't done cruise ships, it's what I imagine cruise ships expect, which is very sort of generic kind of hacky stuff. And I guess it's because, at least my experience in Shanghai was like, the expats who were coming weren't necessarily comedy fans, they just wanted to hear some people say English. They just missed English. And they weren't necessarily fans of the art form of stand-up comedy.
Yeah, I get it.
But that being said, I do think there's a benefit to performing to, non-ideal audiences. As long as you get to sometimes do what you want.
Singapore, we get quite a good mix of expats and locals.
I've really liked the general audience breakdown.
Yeah.
Like, there's been quite a lot of variance like within that. Like, the Lemon Stand stuff is like, feels like more of a mix of expats.
Yeah.
And then like Jinx's shows have been
super
like
local.
Yeah, just like very Singaporean Chinese, maybe one white guy, maybe one Indian or something. but everyone else is just Singaporean Chinese. And then like I did like cab comedy, which Jackie was headlining.
Yeah.
That it was like pretty local, but a mix of locals. And like ECC is like sick. Like
that's in the expat area. Because the expats,
well, that was like a big mix of internationals and locals.
Because I think in Singapore the expats live here, so when they come out, it's like, oh yeah, I am a comedy fan.
Yeah.
Rather than, I think the worst one I heard about was in Thailand, whereas sad white men who go to the back, and then it's just like
Yeah.
So there's like a lot
of people that audiences here are afraid I am before I like get a couple minutes into my set. They're like, oh, okay, this guy's fine. Have your parents ever seen you do stand up?
Once or twice.
What do they think?
Before I went to college. First of all, like for the longest time, I'm just like, don't come, please. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I've been meeting a bunch of extended family this trip, and all of them are like, oh, we'll come and see your shows. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
There's a few of them that I'm like, you can come, can come. You're not.
Yeah. And my mom is like pretty Catholic, so
Oh really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Your dad's Catholic? Like
my dad's religious? Side is Buddhist, and he doesn't give a shit. He's more of a free thinker.
Okay.
Yeah, I think his god is gambling. But my mom is more Catholic.
You're not religious at all?
I'm like open to it, but organized religion is not my thing.
Yeah.
I don't like a guy.
I think it's rare amongst comedians.
Yeah.
To like, authority figures and power structures.
Yeah. I mean, Buddha seemed like a cool guy. That's about it, right?
Yeah, he loves to eat.
He seemed like a fat.
What does she think about? Because you say you have like international comedians will come and stay with you. In your sister's room that she doesn't use.
Yeah.
What does your mum think about the comedians who come through?
She's fine with them. Like, she'll always be really friendly to new faces. I think with my sister gone and me, I try to keep the peace. I feel like I need to say as little as possible to my parents sometimes.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's sad.
No, I mean, they get triggered very easily over certain things. So I've learned to just like, okay, I'll do that. You know what I mean? I'll do things for them, but conversation-wise, I feel like something's gonna set off a bomb. You know what I mean?
Did you guys fight a lot, like even growing up?
Growing up, yeah. My sister and mom is the worst one. I think I was equal with all of my family.
Okay.
Like my sister used to go like, oh, you don't know how my mom treated you. I was like, I was there, I know. But the thing
she's older though, right?
Yeah, she's like 5 years older.
Yeah.
But I was also telling her like once I grew up, like the thing is like you got it from my mom. I got it from all of you. Like because I was also smaller than you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I'm equal with that sense. There's no like, oh, my dad's worse than my mom. They're all like there.
Okay.
Yeah. But what am I saying?
Do you love your sister?
Nah.
Whoa! All right.
I'm okay with them. Like,
interesting.
Well, I don't hate her, but I don't.
You're like neutral.
I'm neutral. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Because she's I don't know. As a human, sometimes you tell them as like a human being and your family member. You know, it's like a separate category.
Yep.
I'm like if these weren't my family, I would never interact with these people at all.
Interesting.
That kind of.
I mean, that's the thing. You can't choose your family.
Yeah. So.
Have you ever been in love with anyone?
Yeah.
All right. Are you in love with someone now?
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not me then. What's your longest relationship you've had?
I haven't had long relationships. I'm just very short dating things.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you like afraid of intimacy and stuff? Like it seems like your family's not very intimate.
That too.
How's your like emotional openness with people?
It's better now, but I think throughout like my 20s, so a long time. This was my reputation for. We were talking about the 2 mental health podcasts I've been on. Right?
Yes, okay.
Yeah, I did a lot of crazy shit when I was younger.
Crazy for Singaporeans or crazy?
Like I got like a schizophrenic episode when I was in Toronto, so I got like institutional.
You got committed?
Yeah.
Wow. How long were you behind closed doors?
A week, 2 weeks, that kind of thing. But like, I was released definitely before everything was fine. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, great.
Yeah.
So they medicated you, I assume? Are you still medicated for that?
No. I never went on medication longer than I had to under count. I just didn't like the concept of it.
Okay. Yeah, I used to like really, because I used to do like a lot of illicit drugs and stuff. Like, I lived all over the world in my 20s and stuff, and I did like a lot of heavy drugs. And I was always afraid of medicine.
Yeah.
But for some reason, like buying it from a random dude in an alleyway, I was just like, you can trust that. You can trust the crystal meth you get. It's crystal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started going to therapy like during lockdown in Melbourne because I was in an apartment for 7 months. And I went insane, and my partner like pushed me to do it. I was really mad at her for pushing me, but like then I'm now very grateful.
Yeah.
The therapy helped so much, and I still have therapy now, and like I get it for free because I can't afford to pay for anything. But also, I got medicated for anxiety. Yeah. And getting the right medication was a hard, like sort of 1.5 year process. But then once I got it, I was like, oh, this makes everything so much easier. What did you do to get committed?
I got a similar experience to you when you're talking about young drugs, whatever. Well, just because I'm Singaporean, I have to say I'm fully sober now.
Oh yeah, it's a crime to even be high here.
Yeah, I'm 100%.
I looked up all the rules before I came.
I don't even know the statute of limitations. Like, can I admit to this like 10 years ago?
All of this stuff is covered under. I'm playing a character on the podcast. This is not real events.
This is comedy.
We're making things up. So tell me about this. The made up commitment and why.
No, the commitment was real. I don't know. It was like a schizophrenic thing where it felt like every thought was a real thing.
Okay.
Every impulse became like a real thing that would like manifest it. So you felt like urges to like, I'm gonna climb on this roof, or I'm gonna.
You couldn't like stop yourself from following impulses.
I don't know whether I didn't try hard enough. Or, like the impulse seemed too real. This is what the real world is. And even though if something is completely insane, you're like, oh, things are watching. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
They seem so real that it lasted for like a while, and then I just kept doing weirder shit like getting on roofs.
And like your friends around you were just like, oh, hey, he's gone.
Crazy. I was kind of isolated at that point because like I was in college and I'm like halfway around the world from people I know.
Yep.
And people who know me. Like by then I think people had went back for like their holidays or whatever the fuck, and I was like alone in the house.
Right.
So it was just like kind of.
So then what? Who committed you?
The police.
Oh wow, you got like arrested.
For being on roofs and shit.
Yeah, okay. You're not supposed to be a random roof.
Yeah.
What was the process like of like being committed and being assessed and being in a foreign country away from any points of reference? I imagine it was very scary.
The only reason I think it wasn't was because I was batshit insane.
You were too crazy to be scared.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh yeah, this is all working out as planned. Whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah, I'm getting my meals provided.
Yeah. so I don't know if that's a defense mechanism your brain does.
Yeah, that's
interesting.
Like,
this is happening. But I think because when I got institutionalized as well, like I think the worst thing for crazy people is to be around other crazy people.
I sort of think I agree. Yeah,
because everybody is almost like confirming your biases in some sense. Yeah,
they're reinforcing your delusions.
So, I mean, the process of logging up is pretty straightforward. You get taken by a cop, and then they don't take you to a police station because they're like, this guy is insane. Insane.
You're like ranting and raving. And yeah.
So then they ask you like,
I would imagine probably better in Canada than the States that this happened.
Than here, yeah.
Here.
Yeah. Canada is so much more lenient with it. The cops are so nice. That's such a nice.
They're famously a nice country.
Yeah. I mean,
I've only been there a couple of times, but everyone there seems very welcoming.
So that was a.
How'd you get released? You had to like.
You go
be
for
assessed,
like interviews every once in a while,
right?
And the thing also is almost like, if you know enough about like mental health, you know how to answer the questions to get what you want.
That's the test, right?
Yeah.
It's not actually, are you sane? It's, do you recognize what a sane person would say?
Yeah.
That's like definitely, that was my issue when I went for my psych assessment to apply to the army in Australia.
Yeah.
Is that I had a really extra long interview because I sort of just have a tendency that I now know is like sort of maybe an autistic trait, that I'm a little too overly focused on being accurate, and so I'll give like long meandering responses that include a lot of variables when really the answer is just yes or no or whatever. And so like my sort of the initial written test, I had a lot of strange answers in there, and then I had a very, very, very long interview. But yeah, it's that thing of like, if I had just been coached beforehand, hey, this is what they're looking for you to say.
Just say no.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, great. So in the end, like, you wanted to leave, so you gave the answers you were supposed to give, basically.
Yeah,
pretty
but
much.
I also went back. Like, I got out.
Then you came back to Singapore?
No, I got into like twice.
Yeah.
So I got out just to get out, and then I went back in again.
Yeah.
But it was a whole thing. Yeah.
What is a whole thing?
I mean, getting out and then getting back in.
Yeah.
Or something.
How'd you get it? So you got arrested a second time?
Oh yeah. So the first time was.
Did you hurt anyone?
No.
Okay.
I was like on the back of a bus. Just kind of, you know,
like holding on to the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
That honestly sounds cool.
I mean, it is a moment where I'm like, if I was not crazy, that I would not have that like movie memory.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, it feels cinematic in a cool way.
Yeah, and
because you're safe now.
Yeah, and that's the issue as well. Cinematic is not for the real world. Yeah?
No, it's for cinemas.
Yeah. So a lot of times you might like, especially I guess, if people are too in their screens or whatever, and then you'll get consumed by like a world that isn't real.
Yeah.
And they try to bring it out, and they're like, that's not gonna go well.
Yeah.
But you know,
are you a gamer? Do you play video games?
I used to play a bit, but I play a lot of like a couple of games. So I never got like into gaming, but I killed a lot of time gaming.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had that when I was younger. Like when I was like sort of first at university, maybe like 19, living on my own, playing games for like, 20, 30 hour sessions.
Yeah.
And then with the sleep deprivation too, like definitely sort of like going out into the world and still feeling like it's not real.
Yeah, I think the sleep deprivation is the biggest part of when you go insane.
Absolutely.
Like it's always
as a former crystal meth head. Yep.
But I think that's something they said with all drugs as well. Like the main part isn't the part that the drug fucks you mentally. Is that it will fuck with your sleep until one day everything will collapse.
Yeah, I totally agree. What's the healthcare system here like in Singapore?
Decent.
Is it like, do you get free healthcare? What's the system?
Subsidized, I think, like heavily subsidized, and then we get like Medicare. It's the same, CPF.
CPF is that like your?
It's like a tax that they put into an account for you. And
it's like superannuation kind of
something
thing.
Like that.
Yeah. Okay.
But you can only use it for like housing, and after you're like 65, they'll give that.
Yeah, I only really know about it because so my partner who lives in Australia and has lived in Australia now for a number of years. Oh, she also lives here, if anyone's listening to it. So she's just turned 35 and she's looking to buy a place here. Like her mother and her or whatever, But it's like an issue because she doesn't have any CPF because she hasn't earned here. Okay. So it's sort of, so if you have like mental health problems, it comes out of that?
Yeah, I think so. I think MediSave would count on that. But I also don't really have much MediSave. Because I don't have a job.
Yeah. Okay.
I do have a bit because of the army, but that's about it.
Oh, you get paid for the army?
A little bit. You get like an allowance, they call it.
Right.
Yeah.
And you assume live on base and stuff as well, or?
You get to go home in the evening.
Oh wow.
Well, depending on that's what your vocation is. If you're a clerk, most likely you don't need to fucking stay back.
Okay. Did you say you have you did a special or you did an album?
Oh yeah. I recorded an hour on YouTube.
Okay. And has anyone watched it?
A couple of people. You know who,
literally a couple?
Yeah, you know
how many views have you got?
Like 1,800.
Okay, that's not many views.
Like
yeah.
It was really slow.
When did you put it out?
2 years ago. 20. I don't know why I'm looking at my watch.
No, it was a weird thing to check.
Well, what's the year? 2023 April 1st, I think I put it out.
How much did you spend on it?
Like 2K, but like I kind of broke even with the tickets.
Oh, great.
And
why did you do it? Maybe that seems a silly question.
Yeah,
but...
No, I think it's good. I think it was just about after doing stand-up for like 10 years.
Yeah.
I felt like really stagnant.
Yep.
And then I was just like, you know what? Even if this is shit, let me just get it over and just start again.
The big round number of 10 years, I think a lot of people quit at 10 years.
Yeah.
A lot of people go, well, where am I at?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people sort of double down at 10 years.
Yeah. I that was a big change for me actually. Like I think like after releasing the special, my entire I changed the way I live my life.
What do you mean?
Because I looked at the special and I was like, this is so shit, man. I was just like, this is horrible. Like I looked at myself, I was stuttering. I was like,
do you watch yourself back, or had you watched yourself back much before that?
A little bit.
Because I like recorded everything for like, 10, 11 years, and I so rarely even listened to things.
Same, except like sometimes where you have like a really good line and then you like rewatch it, and then sometimes after a while you're like, why am I watching this fight? Oh, it's because I'm fucking masturbating to this fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I did that, but it was harder to watch the deaths. Now I'll sit through the deaths and then just make myself watch through that as well.
Yeah, I think it definitely makes you a lot better to sit and diligently watch the things you're bad at.
Yeah.
But I think it's hard emotionally.
Yeah.
I think it's easy because now you're like, 10, 13 years in or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's that thing of, well, you're not as terrible as you were.
Yeah.
So watching it back is less painful. Yeah. And also you have a better perspective, I think, on comedy.
And you need to know your like filler words. There's so many things you don't know. Right?
It's easier to start working on stuff like that later on. But it's like there are people I know who were able to do it from the beginning. And they got better much, much, much quickly.
Oh, yeah. I think those
I needed therapy to start watching myself back.
I think those people were okay. They started...
Their parents loved them and shit.
Every once in a while, you get comics who start out and they're okay. They're not horribly.
Oh yeah, emotionally they're okay. Yeah. They're always gonna do either great or they're gonna leave comedy.
Yeah. I don't need this. Kind of.
They're not desperate they can work on for validation.
Like when I quit smoking and drinking, 2 years ago, and every gig I would tell people because like people are drinking and smoking all around. I'll be like, you know what the worst part of like not drinking and smoking after a gig is? It's like when I die. I just have to die.
There's nothing you can feel better about. Yeah.
I just have to sit here and like eat shit.
Yeah.
And after
if I do bad, I really do try to find someone who's smoking so I can steal a cigarette.
Yeah.
Because I don't smoke, but man, a bad gig. Whew, you need something.
Something like that.
Yeah. So you put it out, it had 1,800 reviews. You don't like it? What's it called? How long is it?
It's hard to be a woman.
I mean, that's funny. All right. And how long is it? How long did you do?
It's 47 minutes.
And how did you do? Did you cut it down from a longer period of time, or that's everything?
I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I have to cut it much. Which
maybe you should.
Maybe I should.
Because I'm in post. I recorded a special a couple months ago, and it's like I think I did like close to an hour. I think we've probably cut it down to like not that much, but like maybe like 52 or 54 or something. But most of the cuts are small cuts, but they're things. Most of the cuts I wish I'd fixed in the writing.
Yeah,
where it's just a couple extra filler words here or sentences that's unnecessary. And then there's other stuff where it's just like, just for timing and beats and pauses and stuff. And then a little bit of things where it's like, that's too crowd worky for an audience watching it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched back the initial cut because I spent like maybe 15 grand on it.
Yeah.
It was like 8 grand to record it, like just to hire the space and the people to record it. And then $1.5 grand promoting those tickets and then like 5 or 6 for the post-production. But watching it back before the editor did a pass, watching it back before the sound guy, then even once the edit was locked, like then watching that back before the sound guy went in for the mix was so painful. And it just didn't, even though the show went really well, like I did 2 things and we like, essentially I did like an early show as a warm up, but we filmed it anyway.
Yeah.
And then I did the late show and like everything's from a late show.
Yeah.
Everyone who came to the late show afterwards was really just like, oh, wow, you killed it. It was so awesome. It felt great to me. But then watching it back before the edit, I'm like, this sucks. I look like a bad comedian.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how much an editor and a sound mixer like can make it feel closer to how it was in the room actually.
Yeah.
So did you have like experts working on it after the fact?
Well, I have a good friend who is the editor and director of photography, but I also paid him
Very little.
Yeah, and he's like a friend, so he'll just try it. So the editing, definitely there's a lot of fluff in there.
Yeah, okay.
But also, we hired 2 cameras and we just told them to stay the fuck there. Don't move.
Yeah, okay.
And camera B kept fucking moving. So like one angle is almost unusable. Like when my friend was editing, he was like, "Why the fuck are you doing this?" And we mic'd up the crowd, but the nature of the venue is like really high ceiling, so you couldn't hear anybody laugh that much.
Yeah.
And then I asked him to like, "Can you like double the audience sound like 3 times?" And after 3 times, I still couldn't like hear that much. and I was just like, you know what, just forget it.
Yeah, don't worry.
I feel bad to ask anymore.
Yeah. I definitely, my last, because I'm still in post-production now. My editor came back, like the sound mixer came back a couple days ago and he said, hey, so I've done this, like there was some various sounds over here and there that I'm just like little audience sounds or whatever. That's like, I want to remove that. And like glottal stops, like sounds in my mouth and stuff. Or I want to. There's a lot. I like more or less. He sent me back the first mix, and I sent him back 711 individual notes of like time coded things that I wanted to fix. And then he fixed most of those things, but he quoted me an amount of money for the job beforehand. And then he sent me back a thing. He said, "Hey, so please listen back to this. My initial quote assumed I would be spending 6 hours of editing work on the sound. I've now done 15 hours. Yeah. And I only quoted you that, so that's the cost. But if you now need any more notes, I have to charge you an hourly rate." And I'm like, that's very fair. Yeah. And the same with the editor, like who normally charges $12K. He gave me a huge discount because I'm like friends with someone. Yeah. But he's a really professional editor. And I've given him so many notes because I want it to be good. Yeah. But actually, I'm not paying him enough to give him this many notes. Yeah. And I think you start to feel guilty. Yeah. Anyway, I hope it comes out good. Please go subscribe to my YouTube. What are your goals and plans for comedy?
Well, currently now, well, when I saw how shit this special was, like this is the whole trajectory.
I mean, don't gesture to me in my special. I haven't even put it out yet.
This is conversation. This is a conversational gesture.
No, that's fine. Yeah, when you saw how bad yours turned out.
Yeah.
Go and watch it now. What's it called? It's called.
It's Hard to Be a Woman.
Hard to Be a Woman. Go and leave a bad comment if you're listening to this.
And I decided like, okay, I need to work on every single part of my life to improve comedy.
I think that's true, yeah. Therapy helped me a lot to be a better comedian.
So that was one of the things as well.
I'm less needy on stage, which makes me funnier.
Yeah. And I'm more okay with pauses. I don't need to fill in the the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I started exercising because I'm like, okay, physical health, big
and
thing.
It's good for mental health, I think, as well.
100%. It's all the chemical. I watch a lot of these mental health fucking podcasts where people talking about all that kind of shit.
As someone with 4 degrees in the biological sciences, it's actually true.
Oh, it's so true.
Yeah, it's not just some bullshit grind culture podcast bro thing. It's actually true. Mental health and physical health is very connected.
Yeah, I have like a routine every day now. It's taken me like 2 years to build. When I was younger, and then you're just like, oh, I'm going to do whatever I want. And then you always wake up feeling like shit. And you're just like, oh, is that just how waking up is this life? Is just feeling like shit.
Yeah.
But 2 years of like getting your habits in order, your circadian rhythm, all that, that was like a turning point, like maybe like 1 year ago where I woke up, I was like, hey, I don't feel like shit. I actually feel good. Right. This is the first time. Like you know what I mean? You're kind of like, oh shit.
Yeah. You have a lot more usable day.
Yeah.
And like mental RAM that you can use because you're not spending it all going like, oh, I just feel horrible.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
And there's a lot of that emotional processing shit as well.
Right, great.
Yeah, because I also thought when you talk about emotional openness and younger stuff, I feel like that when you're not okay when you're young, you're kind of using all the other stuff like gaming, smoking, drinking,
drugs,
just to not feel. So you think that you don't feel, but it's
exactly. You're consumed with feeling, synthetically good.
Yeah.
And then you go like, no, I feel great because I synthetically feel good. But you're actually papering over what's really going on.
Yeah. And then after you like
avoiding looking at it.
Yeah. After you kind of unload that, that's what journaling did for me a lot. It's just
facing it.
Yeah. So you're all the stuff that's like under the carpet.
Yeah.
Now you're like, okay, now even if I don't do it for a day, there's like 1 day of stuff that's not gonna pile up. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can. It's not weighing me down in any like level.
Right.
So I always want to just get better at comedy, no matter what it seems like.
Yeah.
And that's also like being more open to what can be your style. It's just funny, right? You know what I mean? Like So I think a lot of times I look back and then I pigeonhole myself inside of it. So I'm just like, okay, let me.
And I think everyone wants you to. Right? People ask you, or like people who are outside of comedy, like, oh, what kind of comedy do you do? And I think it's always such a hard question because, you don't want to, even in your own mind, be like, oh, I do this style.
Yeah.
Actually, that limits your growth as an artist.
Yeah. Because it's like, that's the thing they say about like personality as well. It's just the thoughts that you repeat to yourself all the time, right?
Yeah, interesting.
So it's like once you label yourself in a certain thing, that's what journaling really helps you notice that, where you're just like, okay, this isn't a useful thing I've been writing every fucking day about my
life. Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's one of the things I really like, because I don't do as many drugs as I used to do. I still do mushrooms, not in Singapore.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's one of the helpful things about that drug and hallucinogens in general is they enable you to get out of the patterns you've been living in and have a more like longitudinal perspective where you get to stand back and think about your life more.
I saw a pretty interesting video about stuff like that, about how psychedelics put your brain in what's called an edit mode.
Right, okay.
So that's good for a lot of people because now you can edit yourself out of patterns.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's also like the bad trip people where they can edit themselves into like a fuckhole. You know?
I mean, they can have a bad night, but I still think they'll be better off for it. But a bad trip is, it's definitely scary. So your plan is just to get better?
Get better, but also...
And get a job, I guess, right?
I think, because I do think it is like a synergy now that I feel... Like when I gave up on the idea, like I just need to do comedy.
Yeah.
At least for me, because some people they do an all or nothing mentality and they want the pressure, right? For me, I think like having more things in my life, like okay,
gives
I'm gonna work
freedom.
at this difficult thing. Yeah. Because like the reason I picked AI as well was because it's like something that if I get good at, I can do remote. And
that's really smart.
They'll give me more opportunities to do comedy, really.
Yeah. I just out of the pressure of my relationship and disappointing my partner financially, a couple of years, because I've always like self-produced for festivals, and so like a couple of years ago, I started producing for other people for money. Yeah. A big part of the reason I was initially reluctant, but in the end, I was like, okay to accept it. It was like, I can do this on the road. I can do this. Yeah. This is not getting in the way of my comedy. Yeah. It does sometimes take time away from comedy, but that's okay. Yeah. Having an actual job that I have to go to is hard because I tour 6 months of the year. Yeah. And it's like, no one wants to hire someone who hasn't had a job in 10 years for 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll just leave the job and then I have to come back and apply for something else. And so, it's a really tricky thing. I think you're smart. Do something remote. It gives you more freedom artistically.
Yeah. And also, like nowadays, I relate everything to comedy. Like after 2 years where I was like so disappointed, especially, I'm like, comedy really does mean a lot to me. Right. So it's like, you know how people do difficult things for like their kids or like they need some big reason. That's like comedy to me. And even how difficult like learning how to do AI shit is. Right. I'm just like, you know what? This is actually like good to do difficult stuff because my brain is like now in practice.
Yeah, it's how you grow.
Other things around.
Yeah, of course.
And ultimately, even if I'm like, oh, this is nothing to do with comedy, technically it's a lot to do with like it'll help it down the road.
I definitely think that's true. Yeah. I think and I think that's also true as you stay in longer. You realize, well, everything can be something to talk about on stage. Yeah. And maybe when you start, like I just said this on like the Big Liz podcast, but when you start, it's like you sort of need to have a funny thing you're talking about. Yeah. And then as you're more experienced, well, you can make anything funny. Hopefully. Last few questions. What's your favorite film?
Oh, shit, there's so many. I guess a recent one would be Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Great movie. I really love that movie. I cried a bunch.
Same.
Favorite song? If you don't have one, that's fine.
That's fine. Maybe AC/DC.
AC/DC. Wow. Okay.
That's a nice like walkout track. A couple of them.
Yeah. Okay. And favorite comedian?
Favorite? There's a couple. Maybe Bill Burr. Maybe let's stick.
Yeah, Bill Burr's great. I used to love him, and then I went off him, and now I'm back. Yeah. I think he's actually evolved a lot as a person and a performer.
He seems like to have the same male like journey that like you're emotionally repressed, deal with your anger, now you're a bit more chill. Right. That kind of journey. Yeah.
I feel like there were a few specials there where I sort of went off him where I felt like he was sort of stuck in a mode and he was doing the same kind of special a few times in a row and I sort of all right, well I know what he does, I'm not interested anymore. But then, more recently, I was like, oh no, actually, he's been going through his own emotional journey that's now been reflected in his stand-up, and I'm like, I'm back on board for that. I'm here with a journey for an artist for sure.
Oh yeah. And there's so many good comics. I mean, Norm Macdonald as well.
Of course, classic.
I saw a lot of acts in Melbourne that were during the fest were pretty good.
Who did you like?
Ray O'Leary was really good.
Ray's great.
Ray was good.
Yeah, one of the best New Zealand exports.
Yeah,
we only got him like a year ago.
And he's
a lovely dude too.
Actually. Yeah. Like I saw Abby Howells as well. So.
Oh yeah, Abby's great.
Really. Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to say?
Not really.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on.